This conference will now be recorded.
So yeah. So yesterday we finished the forms, right? Sorry, we finished the list, right? Yeah. Okay. So today we will talk of the forms. So generally, what I told you, what is a form? Form is a user interactive medium. So form is what? Form is a user interactive medium where you can give the data. Where you can give the data. So generally, forms are in every web page. So it is like very common thing. It's like very common thing in every web page. So there is no web page in the world without a form. Okay, so there is no web page in the world without a form. So every web page will need a form. So that to get the details. Now, for example, this is also a form. Okay, so Google, you are typing something. This is also a form. So form will contain so many things, right? Okay. So how we will start a form? We will say, okay, so under the body we will say form. We'll say form, right? Okay. So form, and we will close the form, right? Under this, we will input so many elements. There are so many form elements. There are so many form elements. So we will be giving the form elements in them. So what we will be giving? We will be giving some form elements in them. Okay. So what are the form elements and all we will see. But before that, what I told you yesterday, I told you that there are two important attributes of the form. What are they? Action attribute and method attribute. Action attribute and method attribute. Okay, so we will write something regarding them. Okay, so we will go to UI at 12. So we will talk about forms. So forms in HTML. So forms in HTML. Okay, so forms in HTML. So whenever I'm talking about a form, so definitely it is going to be a user interactive medium to provide the data. User interactive medium to provide the data. Okay. So whenever I say a form in HTML is an user interface. Okay, so form in HTML is an user interface to take the data okay, so a form is an user interface to take the data from the user. It contain various form elements. So form in HTML is an user interface to take the data from the user. It contains various elements supported by various tags and attributes. Okay, so supported by various tags and attributes. Yes. Okay. So first we will look at the action attribute. Attribute Action attribute. So what this action attribute will tell me. So action attribute. Okay. So this attribute will make the form submit to make the form. So this attribute will make the form submit to another resource. submit to another resource. So it can be HTML, it can be a server, it can be anything. It can be anything basically. Okay, right. Now we will have method attributes. What will have? Method attributes. So this attribute will make the, okay, so this method attribute will make the, okay, so method attribute will make what? Will make the data to be hidden, or, okay, so to be hidden or seen using using two values, get and post. So two values, get and post. So what are the two values? Get and post. So method will get how many values? Method will get two values. Okay. So method will get two values. So method will get how many values, sir? Method will get two values. What are they? Get. So when we use get, what happens? When we use post, what happens? I'll tell you. Okay. So what are the two things that we can have here? So we can have form action is equal to, okay, so I'm just saying something like this. Okay, so suppose if I am saying, suppose if I am working with Java programming, okay, like say server pro dot JSP. Okay, I'm just using some name. Okay, so that server pro dot JSP should be there, and this action should go there. So that kind of things. Okay, so that kind of things we are looking for. So form action is equal to server pro dot JSP. So this action is, once you submit the form, where that form will go? That form will go to, now for example, if you type something, okay, so Qatar Airways flight turbulence something, okay, so you are typing something and you are getting the information to the Google server. You're getting the information to where? You are getting the information to the Google server. Yes or no? So what is happening there? This is a form. That form is getting submitted to the Google server. That form is getting submitted to which server? Google server. Getting my point? Yes. So form action is equal to server pro dot JSP, and what you will say here? You will say method is equal to get or post. So if you don't give anything, it will be get. If you don't give anything, it will be get. So we will say post. Okay, so get is default. Get is default. Is my point clear? Yes. So this is the way that you are dealing with the things. Okay, right. So let me put that over in the notes part. Okay, right. So form action is equal to server pro dot JSP, method is equal to post. So like this, you can have these two things. So first things first, elements we will go one by one. Yes. Okay. So the first element that we are going to look at here is, one second. Right. So first we will talk about the label. Okay, so we'll talk about what? Label. So whenever we are talking about label, okay, so whenever we are talking about label, so this will give us a label into the form. Okay, so what this will give us? This give us a label into the form, into the form. So this will give us a label into the form. Okay, so this will give us label into the form. Okay, so how, sir? So you just can use something like label. Okay, so label. Okay, so label space. Okay, okay, so first of all we'll just have label something. So now let me say name. Okay, name, label name. So how this will come up here we will understand. So let me save this again, and okay, this one I need to save. So where is this file? Actually this file is in train recruit 12 known and demo, right? Yeah, so this path I will copy here, right? So slash demo dot html. So demo dot html. So what you are having here, so you are getting something like name, right? Means what you got? You got a label. You got a label. Yes or no? What you got? Label. So this is label for you. Okay. Now, for example, I want something like uh, password, right? So something like password. So password label, right? Right, password. But what we want some break. Okay, so to see them separately we can go for the break. Okay, name and password. Yes. Okay, so generally when you see anything like this you need a text box, right? You need a text box, yes or no? So for the text box what we'll do is we will go for the input tag. We'll go for the input tag. Okay, so input tag will contain so many elements, will contain so many types, will contain so many types. Okay, next we will talk about the input. Okay, so simply I'm running this. Okay, so this is the example for the form. Okay, next I will go for the input tag. Input tag. So label tag. So label tag, input tag. So this, see, various, for label we can have various attributes, but that much they are not that much important. So that label attributes are not that much important because we won't reuse them. But for input, lot of attributes are there. Okay, attributes. For label also there are so many attributes. For input, there are also so many attributes, but we will reuse them and use them actually. But for label attributes, we won't reuse as much as. Okay, so that is why we are having input. Okay, so input. Okay, input tag. So this tag is used. Okay, so this tag is used for providing various types of inputs. Okay, so this tag is used for providing various types of inputs, various types of input. So what that inputs, what that input types are and all we will see. Okay, so this tag is used for providing various types of inputs. Okay, right, so we will talk about the types of inputs and all. Okay, so for password, so beside that password, I mean beside that name, I will give input type is equal to, so if you see these are all the, these are all, what are all this, these are all the types, these are all the types. You can see button, checkbox, color, date time, email, file, hidden, image, month, number, password, range, right? Reset, search, submit, telephone number, text, time, URL. So many types of options are there. Yes, so many types. Okay, so we will just have a thing here. Okay, so many types of input, such as, understanding my point? Yes, such as button, etc. So there are so many others also. So we will not be going for everything. We will be going for what all important. Yes. Okay. These are only types. These are only types. So we have all. We have also some other attributes. Okay. So I'll tell you about that also. Now, for example, okay, going back to the form. So what I told you yesterday, when you create a form, you will submit to the server or you will submit to any other resource. So when you are submitting, when you are submitting, generally now, for example, if I will say, try to understand this, I will say text. I will say text. So input type is equal to text. So input type is equal to text. Okay. So name input type is equal to text. So what you are saying, name input type is equal to text. So save this. Now if you run this, what you are getting? You are getting something like this. Yes. Yes. So you are getting some box. So this is called as input box. This is called as input box. So what you'll do, you generally put some things. Yes. Now for example, so name, I will say some Mahesh. So name Mahesh I gave. So what I gave there? I gave name as Mahesh. I gave name as Mahesh. So name, you just typed Mahesh. So this Mahesh should reach the server. This Mahesh should reach the server. So this Mahesh should reach the server. So when you see Mahesh want to reach the server, so it is not that this box will go into the server. No. So that box will go with the help of one more attribute called name. Name is equal to not this name. Okay. So for example, I'll say username. So don't get confused. So what we are doing here, we are saying name is equal to something like uname. Now what is this box? This box is the uname box. What is this box? Uname box. So server will take whom? Server will take uname. Server will take whom? Server will take uname. Server will take which name? Uname. Understanding my point? What server will take? Server will take uname. So type is equal to text, name is equal to uname. So what server will take? Server will take uname. Is my point clear? What server is taking? Uname. So without that name, server can't take this value, Mahesh. Okay, just imagine you are logging in Facebook. You'll give username and password. Yes. Now just imagine there is no name. There is no name. So how can your name will reach the server? Hope you are understanding my point. So without that name, your information will not go to the server. Your information will not go to the server. So that is why what is important? Name attribute is important. What attribute is important? Name attribute is important. Yes. Is that clear or not? Yes. Okay. Now one more thing, one more type. Input type is equal to password. Input type is equal to password. So what is this type? Text. And we will say password. What will say? Password. So what happens when you say password? Now for example, I will say you pass. You pass. So your password, it will also be text only, but it is which type of text? Password type of text. Which type of text? Password type of text. Which type of text, sir? Password type of text. So what do I mean by password type of text? Some hidden code. What is that? Some hidden code. Yes. So if you put this in the edge, actually. Okay, so let me open the edge. So most of the people will be thinking how we will get that I symbol or something. Okay, so automatically your edge gives you, so you don't have to worry about. Okay, so automatically your edge is giving, right? This I symbol we are not creating. So many people will be thinking that we are creating that I symbol also. No, edge is giving, but Chrome is giving. No, Chrome is not giving. So maybe some extension we can. Okay, so it is not the capability of the user, it is a capability of the browser. It is a capability of whom? Capability of the browser. Is my point clear? Yes or no? So it is the capability of the browser, not the user. Always remember that point. Okay, so username, and here you are saying password. So input type is equal to password, name is equal to upass, and this is going to be label. So label is this label. So under label you are having this. Got it? Got it? No sir, you can close label here also. No, yeah. So you can close it here also, no problem. Right? Is this clear? Yes. Understood my point? So how many types you have understood now? How many types you have understood? How many types? How many types you have understood? Text and password. Text and password. What is name? The name attribute will have some value, and that value will be taken into the server. That value will be taken into the server. Is that clear? Yes. Understanding my points? Okay. Now, what are the things that we have seen? We'll just write one line for each, not more than that. So we have seen uh, various types of inputs such as this. So for providing the inputs, we use, so for providing the inputs, we use type type attribute, type attribute. Okay, right. So each input may have, may have. So never it is like must. If name is not there, that information will not go to the server. That's it. It is not must. Okay, so every input may have name. Every input may have name. Every input may have name. So for providing the input, we use type attribute. Each input may have name. So each input may have name. Okay, so each input may have name that, or which is used for what? Which is used for sending the data to the server or any other resource, or any other resource. Is my point clear? To the server or any other resource for that matter. Clear? Okay, so how you are going and developing it? So you are going and developing it something like this. So form action is equal to, right? Is this clear? So each input may have name which is used for sending the data to server or any other resource. So name and name we have used here. Okay, so what is the result? The result is going, so this is minimum. Okay, so this is, so minimum you are giving. Okay, is this clear? Right, everyone understood the fact? Okay, so this is how you can provide the text and password. So password will be always kind of hidden. So some browsers may produce stars, some browsers may produce dots. Okay, so depending on the browser. Clear with these two minimum things? Okay. Now from that time onwards, I'm saying submit, submit, submit. But now uh, there is no element for submitting, but we can have that element by using the type submit, using the type submit. So submit and reset, commonly seen things, right? Okay, so next elements, next types are, okay, so what are the two types you have seen? Text So we'll write one line. Used for giving a text box for user input. Okay, so text used for giving text box for user input, right? Okay, next. Then password. So what is password? So password, it is used for providing the password, providing the password or the uh, decoded, or I should say, okay, we'll not use the word decoded here, or the uh, hidden form text. Okay, hidden form of text. Hidden form of text. Okay. So decoding and all in the server you will understand. Now we will not make it too far. So password. Okay. This is for your future reference if at all. Next we will talk about submit. First we will create some simple form and complete the story. Then we will go for other things. Submit. It is used. It is used for. Okay. So what is submit used for? Submit. It is used for submitting the form to the specified resource, the specified resource to the specified resource at the action attribute. So it is used for submitting the form to the specified resource at the action okay. So to the specified resource at the action. Okay, so that is what the point. Okay, so it is used for submitting the form to the specified resource at the action attribute. Okay, right. Okay, next, reset. So it is used to resetting the form details, resetting or clearing. Okay, resetting or clearing the form details. Okay, right. So how can we deal with them? How can we create them? So let's understand. Okay, so what I will say, input. So we will use a br here. So you can create at your own pace. Okay, so you can create a br here. So you can say input type is equal to submit. No need to give anything, but you can give value. No need of name. Name is not required here. Name is not important at all, but value comes into the picture. Okay, so value is like you give login. So value is like you give login. Okay, so then at the same time you can also provide type is equal to reset. So value is equal to reset. Value you can give anything. So here value attribute. What is this attribute? Value attribute. So what is value attribute, sir? Okay, so value attribute is nothing but which will provide the name of that element, or which will provide the value to be assigned to that element. Okay, so I'll not use the word name, the value to be assigned to that element. So save it. Now what I got? Login and reset. Login and reset. So login and reset. So now for example, username something, login something. So once I say login, so where it will go? You can see there, C server pro.jsp. That file is not there. That is different story. Where is that server pro.jsp? Here, no? Yes or no? Means it is going to that particular file. It is going to that particular file. If the file is available, it will go and catch that file. The file is not available, no? Is that file available here? Is that file available here? No. So that file is not available here, so it will not uh, go for it. Yes? Getting my point? Now you understood what is action? You understood what is action? Okay. So we will understand again. First we'll concentrate on submit. Submit means that information whatever you are saying will go to the server or any other resource for that matter. And now I will reset. Once you reset, what happens? All the values which you gave are cleared up. The values which you gave are cleared up. So why, sir? Because you reset. So you did just said type is equal to reset. What reset will do? Reset will clear up everything. Reset will clear up everything. Understanding my points? Yes or no? So what we are doing here, we are again, we are providing some action, we are providing some method, we are giving username, password, okay, and we are submitting and we are resetting. Yes, okay. Now where this value is going and getting presented, where that value is going and getting presented, value is equal to login, value is equal to reset, equal to login, and value is equal to reset. Okay, so value is equal to login, that name will go and match, value is equal to reset, that name will go and match. Is this clear? Yes, understanding my point? Okay. Now sir, if you give value here, what will happen? If you give value here, what will happen? Okay, let's see. Understand the value attribute. So value is equal to something like I'll give John. So here value is equal to something like 1, 2, 3. Okay. So simply I ran this. Tell me what happened. Username John, password 1, 2, 3 actually. Yes, why they are coming? How they are coming? First of all, how they are coming? They are coming because you are providing them. Okay, so you are providing them under the value attribute. Under which attribute? Value attribute. So there is no use actually, because you can update it. You can update it. So there is no use, but value becomes important when you want to provide some default values. When you want to provide some default values. Am I clear? Yes or no? So input type is equal to text, name is equal to some name, and value is equal to John. So that value John. So here if you are giving something like Mahesh. So now which value will go? John will go or Mahesh will go? Mahesh will go. John is the default value. Mahesh your updated value. Mahesh is your updated value. So John is your default value. Mahesh is your updated value. So Mahesh will be taken to the server. Mahesh will be taken to the server. Yes. Getting my point? Okay. Right. Clear? Okay. So now tell me, where is value essential? In text, password, or in login and reset? Login and reset. Yes. Okay. Now, for example, you didn't give login and reset. Okay. Let's uh, go for it once again. Hope you're understanding my points, right? Okay. So this one I will just copy. So value attribute will place the What value attribute will do? Value attribute will place the, okay, here I like, so value attribute will place the default values. So value attribute will place the which values? Default values. Value attribute will place the default values. Got it? What value attribute will do? Will place the default values. Is my point clear? Okay, we'll place the default values onto the input fields. Onto the input fields. Clear? Okay. However, we can edit them in the fields like text comma password. Text comma password. We can update. So John can be updated to Mahesh and all, right? John can be updated to Mahesh and whatever details you can. So suppose if I'm saying Mahesh and if I'm giving something like this, okay, so they can be updated. They can be updated. Is that clear? Yes. Yes, they can be updated to something like this. Okay, am I clear or not? But can you update? Can you update here in submit button, in reset button? You can update? No. Okay, sir. What happens if I don't give? Save it. Submit and reset. Automatically, what values came? Submit and reset with title case. With the title is title case in the sense S capital R capital. Got it? So this is the way that you are going to take it. Yes, submit and reset. No, no. So if you don't put value, also no problem. If you don't put, what came ultimately? Submit and reset. What came ultimately, sir? Submit and reset. Submit and reset. Right? Okay. Hmm. వాల్యూ అట్రిబ్యూట్ ఇవ్వకపోతే ఏదంటున్నావు? ఇన్పుట్ ఇది ఈ సబ్మిట్ అండ్ రీసెట్. Submit and reset. See, submit, what it is doing? It is submitting the form. What is the nature of submit? It is submitting the form. So there is no need of value to be submitted to the server. What is required? John username is required and password is required. So that is a text that will be taken to the server. But submit do not require. Submit is only for display purpose. Submit value is only for display purpose. So type is equal to submit. So that value, the nature. So here submit and reset have functionalities. What is submit's functionality? Whenever somebody is clicking that, the form should be submitted. What is the reset functionality? When somebody is clicking on reset, the values must get updated, or I should say cleared up. The functionality, submit and reset have functionalities. Yes, functional based inputs and text based inputs. So submit and reset are functionality based inputs. Hope I'm clear. Yes, so no need of value. Value, if you are giving, what happens? You saw. You gave value login, type is equal to value is equal to reset. Those came here. Yes, so when you are not giving, or ultimately what came into the picture? S capital submit, R capital reset. Yes, is that clear? Okay. So this is the way that we can deal with what? Okay, we can deal with what? What are the things that we are done with? Type is equal to text. Text we dealt with. Submit, reset. Okay. Now we will talk about that method. Action, you understood? Action, you understood? What was action?
What was action? When you say submit, so that values will go to that particular resource. Right. Method we do not understand. Okay. So now first let us execute and see. Now for example, I am saying Mahesh, and I am saying some password. Okay. And I am just saying submit. Now the details are hidden. Okay. Now just change the input. Change it to method. Method is equal to get. Change that method is equal to get. So you are changing that method is equal to get. Okay, so changing that method is equal to get. Now go back here. So go back here once you refresh and just to say Mahesh and say 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now say submit. Now tell me what happened. What happened with get request? With get method rather. With get what happened? Passing values with method is equal to get. Tell me what happened. Here I think you wrote one line. The attribute will make the data to be hidden or seen using two values, get and post. So using get, values are seen. The values are displayed. Values are displayed on the address bar. Values are displayed on the address bar. So you are looking at password also, you are looking at name also. One more thing that you observe here is uname. What is uname? Uname is the name of the input. Uname is the name of the input. And what is upass? Upass is the name of the password. So what are sending? What we are sending? We are sending uname and upass. We are sending uname and upass. So what values are going to the server? Uname and upass. What values are going? Uname and upass are going to the server. Is my point clear? Yes or no? What are going? Uname and upass are going to the server. Is that clear? Yes. Okay. So as those values are going to the server, okay, by using get method, those values are seen. Those values are seen. Is my point clear? Now, previously what was there? Previously it was post. Previously it was post. Now go with the post. Now go back again, save this and let it be John and this. Now tell me what happened. Can you see the values? Why? Can you see the values? Why? It is hidden. It is hidden. So hidden means it is hidden from the user view. It is hidden from the user view. So values are not displayed. Values are not displayed. Getting my point? So this is only for HTML point of view. So get and post, much more information you will get when you go into advanced Java, advanced Python. There you will get to know more. So for now, only understand uh, the hidden reasons. Okay, so I mean hiding is only reason. Hiding is only reason. Post means completely hidden. Get means completely shown. Is it clear? Yes. So now we are successful in generating a form. So minimum elements we have. Minimum elements we have. Minimum means suppose you want to log into some website. So login password minimum, no? Then you go for registration. So in registration you'll have male, female. Okay, so what is your interest? Okay, so what language you want to select? So these kind of things are also there in the form, right? So that things we will see now. Yes, am I crystal clear up to now? So minimum things we are, I mean, we have learned. We have learned what is action you understood, what is method you understood. Okay, so and what is type you understood. Yes. So under type you have learned text and you have learned password. Okay. So today I will just make you understand valueless attributes. Okay, so up to now we have used, what all attributes we have used in the form? By looking at the form, you can tell me what are the attributes that we have used. Okay, first tell me what are the tags that we have used from line 7 to line 12. What are the tags that we have used? Form tag, label tag, input tag. So input is not a paired tag, it is unpaired tag. Okay, label is paired tag, of course. Okay, what are the attributes that we used? Action attribute, method attribute. So those two attributes are of what? Are of form. So there are other things like name, form. For form name also you can give, but as we are not using it here, we are not going for. Okay, right, next. Type. So type we have used, name we have used, value we have used. Okay, so now I will just uh, let the values be here, and I mean let the name be here, and I want to take off the password. Okay, now as I've told you, I will be making use of the valueless attribute. Valueless attribute, so these are type, method, action, these are valued attributes. Now you also have valueless attributes. Okay, now sometimes, for example, they will ask you like say uh, phone number. So phone number becomes compulsory. Phone number becomes compulsory. Compulsory means what they will say? They will say star, no? What they will say? Star. They will put star. Generally red color star. But now I cannot use red color star in HTML. Okay, I cannot use red color star in HTML. So what I will do? I will just put star. Okay, so type is equal to, I will put text only. Okay, so I will put text only for now. Okay, and I will say user phone number. User phone number. Okay, so input type is equal to text, name is equal to user phone number. Done. Okay, so now what I will do here is I will try to make it compulsory. So how to make it compulsory? Now it is not compulsory. Now if I want to make it compulsory, I'll use required. What I'll use? Required. Okay, so what I used here? I used required. Getting my point? Okay. Now I don't want the name to be changed. I don't want the name to be changed. Yes, what I don't want? The name John is there, no? So John I don't want to change. So I don't want to change. So what I will do here is, okay, so I will use something like, okay, uh, read only. What I said? Read only. So read only. So read only means you can read that value. You can't update. You can't update. What is required? Required means compulsory you need to type. Otherwise, it will give you error. Getting my point? So this read only and required are what? They are valueless attributes. So now if you see name, if you see value, what are they? They are valued attributes. They are valued attributes. Now read only do not have any value. Required do not have any value. Then what is read only doing? Read only is making, okay. So what is read only doing? So read only is making your data to be read only. Okay. Now see, I am not able to update. John is fixed. John is fixed. Okay. Now I'll say submit. Now what it is saying? Please fill out this field. Why? Because what we said? We said it is required. What we said? We said, hey boss, you are required. So what is the next one? Valueless attributes, valueless attributes. So what we said, hey boss, you require, and you cannot update John. You cannot update John. So John you can't update. John you can't update. So password, it's up to you because it does not have any, it does not have any option. Okay, so what is read only doing? Read only. Read only. What is read only doing? Making the data, making the data unupdatable. Yes or no? Making the data unupdatable. Okay, what is that word? Unupdatable is the wrong word. It is saying making the data uh, read only. Read only. That is so. Read only. That is the data that cannot be updated, that cannot be updated. So read only, making the data read only, that is the data cannot be updated. Okay, fine. So what is required? Required means the field is mandatory to be filled. The field is mandatory to be filled. The field is mandatory to be filled. So read only means the data cannot be updated. Required means the field that is mandatory to be filled. So these are the things. Okay. Yes. So now you have the idea on attributes. So there can be valueless attributes also. So I gave you a complete idea on form today. So we did not discuss everything. We will discuss. Okay. So each and everything what I discuss in this class is very very important. So which is applied. So I'll be ignoring the things which are not required, which will not use. Okay. So as I told you, we will be talking about forms tomorrow also, right? So hopefully today's session you understood. If you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me. So notes I'll be uploading in few minutes. Okay, right. Thank you so much. So we'll meet